Hi everyone, I've got a question for you, and it's a really important one. Does your website convert? Because if your website isn't regularly turning visitors into paying customers, it's broken and you need to fix it. So in this video today, I'm going to talk about a few simple things you can check and change on your website right now, which will help to turn it into the 24-hour sales tool that it should be. The first thing I want to talk about is load speed. Now that might sound really technical, but all it means is how quickly does your page load when someone goes to it. So if you go to your computer, open up a browser, clear the cache, and then go to your website, you'll know if your website is taking too long to load. I know that in the web world, we start to talk about load speeds and refer to them in milliseconds. But at the end of the day, if you're a customer and you go to someone's website and it takes too long to load, regardless of what the page load speed is, you're going to leave and go somewhere else. So this is just a human test. If you think your page is taking too long to load, it probably is, so you need to do something about it. So while we're talking about load speeds, don't forget, loads and loads of people are going to be visiting your website on mobile and tablet devices. I think the last time I checked a stat, it was nearly 70% of all web pages served are served on a mobile device. So you need to get your tablets and your phones out, switch the Wi-Fi off so you're using 4G and getting the true mobile experience, and again, go to your websites and see if they're loading quick enough. Now, fixing websites that are loading slowly is actually quite a technical thing to do, so you're probably going to have to hand that information over to your web team and get them to take a look at it for you. But you can yourselves check and you'll know if you think the site's loading too slowly or not. The next thing that you want to check is that the pages are actually working the way they're supposed to be and that they're rendering in the browser the way they were intended to. So check out the images, check out the text, make sure nothing looks wrong, make sure nothing's broken. If you've got anything that's functional on your website, test it to make sure it still works. It's very, very important that when visitors come to your website, you make the best possible impression that you can. My mum always says to me, you only get one chance to make a first impression. So you want to make the best possible impression that you can when anybody comes to visit your website. While you're looking at the site to make sure it looks okay and is still working, look at the content itself to make sure it's all still relevant. It never ceases to amaze me how many times we'll bring a new customer on and we start to talk about their website with them, and it turns out that the site that they have is talking about things they no longer do, or worse, it's not mentioning things that they now offer as a service. This is probably a good time to start talking to you about your calls to action. You want to make sure when you're looking at the content that you still have nice, clear calls to action throughout the page layouts to help to guide your users to actually make contact with you so that you can start to turn them from a visitor into a customer. So you want to make it as easy as possible for your customers to actually make contact with you. So don't just put your contact details on the contact page of your website. Make sure you have your telephone number on every single page of the site. So we will usually recommend having the phone number at the top of the site, in the footer, and we'll also use the telephone number as a call to action within some of the page layouts of important pages on the website. The other way people will contact you is potentially via a contact form. So you need to make sure that your contact form is still working. Again, it never ceases to amaze me how many times we'll bring a new customer on. They've come to us telling us that their website isn't converting for them, and we'll check the contact form and it's sending an email to someone that left the business 6 months ago. So it's hardly a shocker that they're not getting any sales leads from their website. While we're thinking about contact forms, don't make your contact form overly complicated. I know years ago there used to be huge contact forms on websites. Sometimes you'd have like step 1, step 2, and it would give you like a little status bar to tell you how far you'd got in filling the contact form out. People just don't want to do that now. People are a bit lazy. They don't want to type more than they have to. They're wary of giving their information away. So they're only really going to give you the bare minimum. And you only really need the bare minimum. You just need them to give you the things that they can give you so that you can make contact with them. Want to create offers conversion rate optimization as a service. So if you think you need professional help, please get in touch with me and we can discuss how best we can help you.